The second-generation Titans. Prometheus. Prometheus, son of Epithets, was a young and crafty Titan who acted as a benefactor of the first humans, giving them fire in defiance of the mighty Zeus. For this crime, he was fastened to a rock, where an eagle ate his liver every day for all eternity. Prometheus was also the father of the mortal Deucalion, a hero who helped to repopulate the world after a great flood nearly destroyed mankind. For the Greeks and many who followed, Prometheus was revered as a champion of humanity, as well as a fountain of wisdom, reason, and knowledge. In Athens, the center of his ritual observance, he was credited as the bringer of not only fire, but also metallurgy as well. Alongside Athena and Hephaestus, Prometheus was celebrated by the city in connection with technology, craft, and the civilized arts. The name Prometheus stemmed from the Greek prefix pro, meaning before, and the verbal root, math, meaning to think, itself derived from the Indo-Germanic root mendi, or men, also meaning to think. Prometheus is thus often translated as for thinking, one who knows or thinks about something before others. This name could be indicative of Prometheus' role in bringing fire and metallurgy to humanity. It also distinguishes Prometheus from his brother, Epimetheus, whose name is conversely translated as after-thinking. Another possible etymology, derived from Indo-European linguistics, argues that the name actually originated from the Sanskrit root, math, meaning to steal. In this case, Prometheus thus refers to his theft of fire rather than to his intellectual capacities. Prometheus was given a handful of epithets in Greek literature, including Pyrrhos, fire-bearer, and Epimates, lofty-minded. According to Hesychius of Alexandria, a scholar of the 5th or 6th century CE, Prometheus was also called Ithys or Ithax, although in some traditions, Ithys and or Ithax was a very distinct figure. Prometheus was known above all for his shrewd intelligence and cunning. During the Titanomachi, which pitted the Titans against the Olympian deities, Prometheus betrayed his brethren and sided with Zeus. However, this prudent choice of allegiance did not mean that Prometheus' actions were always well advised. According to Hesiod, Prometheus was guilty of hybris, meaning insolence or hubris, in trying to outwit Zeus. This ended poorly for the Titan, who is most commonly remembered for his gruesome punishment. Prometheus was chained to a cliff and had his liver torn out each day by an eagle. Because Prometheus was immortal, his liver would grow back, only to be torn out and eaten again the next day. In ancient art, Prometheus was often depicted chained to his rock, or being released from the rock by Heracles. Scenes showing him stealing fire or creating human beings are less common and only began to appear in later historical periods. In the best-known traditions, Prometheus was the son of the Titan Iapetus and the Oceanid Clymene. There were, however, other versions in which Prometheus' mother was Asia, also an Oceanid or Themis. His brothers included Epimetheus, Menetius, and Atlas, but also, according to some traditions, Onkeali, Bupergus, and Dryas. Different sources list different wives for Prometheus. These include Asia, Axiadioth, Seleno, Clymene, Hesione, Pandora, Prinia, and Pyrrha. As with most Titans, little is known of Prometheus' origins. The Olympian gods and goddesses were at the center of Greek worship, while the Titans were viewed as a distant and largely irrelevant group. What is known about Prometheus comes from a hodgepodge of Greek sources, including Hesiod, Aeschylus, Plato, and Ovid. The diversity of these sources, spread across a number of eras and regions, has led to some apparent inconsistencies in his mythology. In the earliest sources, Prometheus was a lesser Titan known for his wit and cunning in the Theogony. For example, Hesiod describes him as full of various wiles and ready-witted. According to Aeschylus, Prometheus bound, Prometheus switched sides during the Titanomachy and helped Zeus achieve dominion over the cosmos. In the aftermath of the conflict, he became a member of Zeus' inner circle. It was not long, however, before Prometheus fell from the gods' favor. The poet Hesiod, in two different epics, tells of how Prometheus first incurred the wrath of Zeus by playing a trick on him. The gods had gathered for a banquet to forge their relationship with humankind when Prometheus presented Zeus with two sacrificial offerings. In one pile were the choice cuts of meat of a slaughtered bull, covered in unsightly skin and topped with the animal's stomach. In the other, much larger pile, there was nothing but bones. But these were more enticingly covered in white fat. Zeus saw through Prometheus' trick, but chose the second option anyway, the inedible parts of the animal wrapped up in a nice package. As a result, when humans sacrificed to the gods, they would only burn bones wrapped in fat, while saving the best cuts of meat for themselves. Zeus raged at the Titan for being arrogant enough to try and fool a god, son of Iapetus, clever above all. So, sir, you have not yet forgotten your cunning arts. In his anger, Zeus took fire away from humanity. However, Prometheus was as clever as Zeus had observed. When the opportunity presented itself, he snuck into Hephaestus' workshop and retrieved the fire, then hid it in a hollowed-out fennel stalk and presented it to humanity. In Aeschylus' Prometheus bound, as well as other sources, Prometheus also used this opportunity to teach humanity craftsmanship and other important skills. Once again, Zeus responded by punishing not only Prometheus, but all of humanity, with Hephaestus and Athena. Zeus crafted a lovely young maiden modeled on Aphrodite herself, named Pandora. Dressed in fine clothes and bedecked with jewels, Pandora was taught to be charming and coy. She was then given a box filled with all the evils of the world and sent to Prometheus' brother Prometheus, who married her against Prometheus' advice. Though she was told never to open the box, Pandora's curiosity soon got the better of her. Her act unleashed a host of evils on the world of men, forever spoiling the peaceful existence they once knew, and only hope remained trapped in the box. But the rest, countless plagues, wander amongst men, for earth is full of evils and the sea is full of themselves. Diseases come upon men continually, by day and by night, bringing mischief to mortals silently, for wise Zeus took away speech from them. So is there no way to escape the will of Zeus. Prometheus himself was then chained to a rock, often said to be located in the Caucasus Mountains. Every day an eagle would eat his liver, which grew back overnight, only to be eaten again the next day. Some traditions claimed that Prometheus was eventually delivered from this torment by the mortal hero Heracles, who slayed the eagle and released the Titan from his bonds. In Hesiod's epics, and other early sources for Greek mythology, Prometheus is represented as a benefactor of humanity, but not its creator. In fact, these earliest sources do not give any clear account of the creation of mortals. In later traditions, however, Prometheus was often said to have created the human race out of clay. Ovid describes the momentous event as follows: "But one more perfect and more sanctified, a being capable of lofty thought, intelligent to rule, was wanting, still man was created. Did the unknown God designing then a better world make man of seed divine? Or did Prometheus take the new soil of earth that still contained some godly element of heaven's life and use it to create the race of man, first mingling it with water of new streams, so that his new creation, upright man, was made in image of commanding gods? On earth the brute creation bends its gaze." According to a fable told by Plato, Prometheus had been tasked with creating humans, while his brother Prometheus was responsible for animals. The less intelligent Prometheus, who lacked Prometheus' eponymous or forethought, gave the animals every available attribute, from fur and claws to feathers and the like, leaving nothing for mankind. Due to this foolishness, humanity alone was doomed to be helpless, naked, and shoeless. This was the reason, says Plato, that Prometheus stole fire from the gods to give to humans. Despite his prominent role in their mythology, Prometheus was seldom worshipped by the ancient Greeks. His cult was largely limited to Athens, where, alongside Hephaestus and Athena, he served as part of an unofficial triumvirate of deities associated with technology and culture. The Athenians erected an altar to Prometheus in the grove outside the Academy, a key learning center founded by Plato in the 4th century BC. This altar served as the starting point for torch races held in honor of Prometheus during the Panathenea, an Athenian civic festival held every 4 years, as well as during the Promethea, an ancient festival of Prometheus. Outside of Athens, tombs of Prometheus were worshipped in the cities of Opus and Argos. There was also a statue of Prometheus in Panopeus, as well as a mystery cult in Thebes that was said to have been founded by Prometheus and his son. One of the most popular figures from Greek mythology, Prometheus still thrives in modern pop culture. Unlike other ancient figures, he has enjoyed a continuous presence in the public imagination from the classical era to the present day. Finally, Prometheus has a scientific legacy. The rare element, promethium, atomic number 61, was named after him. Thanks for watching Smithology. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for upcoming videos.